Hey, 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 it's Saturday. That sounded so much better in my head. Hey, everybody, it's Danielle with Inspire Me to DIY. I'm very nervous about this project, but it is going to be, I think, absolutely amazing. I've seen how it turns out when other people do it. Sorry about the shirt. So hopefully for us, it'll turn out the same. We are going to make a basket today. I know. And it's going to be for my spring tulips. I have some faux tulips that I'm going to put in here, but I already got it planned what I'm going to do. So let's get started. What I used was 7mm twine from, I got mine at Michael's, and I think this was $6 and some odd cents for, there's a lot in here, enough for this project. Probably, and some left over. I'm also going to use my little twine because I'm going to put handles on it, and you kind of need to sew them on. And I have a big old plastic needle with a big eye. Can you see that? For when I'm doing yarn projects. So this is perfect for this, and you're going to need to do a little bit of looping your twine around your handles so it looks pretty. And last but not least, you are going to need a boatload of glue sticks. A boatload of glue sticks. Start with a box, the size you want. Now, I had the perfect size, and I had it set aside. I got glue in my nose already. I had it set aside, and it got thrown away. So I had to make a box. I had a bunch of leftover cardboard, so I cut one out, taped the sides, and made my own box. If you notice, my box is shiny. You need to coat your box or wrap your box in plastic. Now, I've seen people do it with the thicker cellophane like you wrap gift baskets with, but I used a plastic shower curtain, like the curtain liner, because it was cheaper than a roll of cellophane, and it was actually a little thicker. You need to wrap your box because this is what you're going to glue your twine to. And then at the end, when you pull the box out, the inside will have like this plastic liner in case you want to put real flower pots in there and it tends to get wet from watering. This plastic will help tremendously. So let's get started. I already did a couple rows, because I'm telling you, I've never made one of these, and I was really nervous about it. So let me show you what I did. I don't know if you can see how it's twisted on the ends. You're never going to cut your twine until this whole project's over. See on that end? Maybe you can see a little better. And while I'm gluing them down, I'm also twisting it so it stays tighter woven instead of like opening it up. You're twisting it tight. And you're going to want to use a dual temp glue gun like mine. It's got a high and a low setting on it, and you're going to want to put it on low because this is plastic. You don't want to melt it. And that's another reason why I did a couple of rows, because I was so afraid I was going to melt it, and this doesn't. So if you hear a whirring noise, I have my little fan on because our pool people just showed up. They're always here on Fridays. And for some reason, they decided to come today. So you will probably hear them out there because they're not real quiet for the most part. Really nice people. I love them to death, but they're talkers. Just like me. Okay, so you're going to lay down a bead of glue. If I could see it. There we go. I'm going to lay down a thick bead of glue. And you can see it is not melting my plastic in the least. And I'm doing a whole row here so I can lay it down all at once. Okay, so I'm twisting my twine tight and pushing it right into the glue. Now, it wants to untwist, but as soon as it hits that glue, it kind of sticks in there, and it doesn't untwist after that. And you can see my rope is a little curly. I'm taking my rope out of the center. It's like a ball of yarn. There is an outside edge. Where's the edge on that one? I don't see it. Right there, there's the end. And then there's the inside end. And I usually take it from the inside because you can, oh my gosh, I get glue everywhere. from the inside, I dropped this one on the floor, so it's a mess already. But when you take it from the inside, it tends to come out a little better, but it also curls up and gets all knotty like that. So you just kind of have to keep stretching it out and working with it. Okay, so that row is already glued down. See, this is going to go way better than I thought. Fingers crossed. But I saw this on Pinterest, of course. It's where I get most of my ideas. Oh, 99.99% of them I get on Pinterest. But, I mean, I read this thing over and over a couple of times throughout the week because I really wanted to do it, but I didn't want to mess it up. So when I did a couple of rows before I turned the cameras on, I'm thinking, oh my heavens, if this doesn't work, I'm going to have to come up with another project really quick. But God is good all the time. At our Bible study last night, one of the questions that was asked to the group was, do you pray for everything? Do you or do you only pray for big things? Which even our big things are not big things to God. And the answers were really different across the board. I mean, some people thought they didn't want to bother God with little trivial things, that they only prayed for, oops, I'm unwrapping, not wrapping. They only prayed for big things. And some people said, oh, I just pray for stuff all the time. And I was one of those. And I got to thinking, I'm like, is that wrong? Am I bothering God, as some of them were talking about last night? They said they didn't want to bother God with small things. Well, I got to thinking, what's big things for one person might be small things for another person, so why not just pray for everything? And I do. I mean, and it might sound silly, but I see God as like a dad. God is like a dad. You would ask for all sorts of things from your dad, whether it was big things or little things. And so I just figured I would just ask God what I wanted to ask him for and let him sort it out. And that's kind of what the consensus was last night. It's like, maybe what's big things to us is really not big things to God. And I mean, I pray for, silly little things like, please don't let me catch every red light. Please let me get to the next place on time. Just, things throughout the day. Oh, please let him play my favorite song on the radio. Now, yeah, those are trivial. But I think it's also a way of talking to him every day or all the time. They say you should pray ceasingly, which means constantly, all the time. And I think the way to do that is just to have that communication. Oh, please let this happen, or I hope this happens, and please, let the next meeting I go to, please let everybody be nice and considerate. Don't let there be any problems. And to me, that would be a big thing. But to somebody else, it might be, All right. Oh, this is going really good. I am having a little issue with all this wrapping up, though. I wonder if there's a way to make all the kinks go down at the other end. I wonder if if I put it on the floor and let it unwrap that way. But I don't know if I really want to do that either. Make sure when you do your ends like this that you have them all, if I can get pretty even across there, because when you start going around the outsides of the basket, you want that to hit through there so that there's no opening. And I see on a couple of rows I did do that, and a couple I did not, so fingers crossed. This is why you should make one of these first. Okay, I'm already on my, well, since I started on my 4th glue stick, so I'm telling you, you need a boatload of these glue sticks. I have close to 30, so if it goes over 30, that's a lot. I really doubt it will. Let's hope not anyways, because then we'll have a half-done project. Okay. And really squeeze it in tight to from the row previous, so you don't have daylight coming through when you unwrap your box. I am super excited to unwrap this once it's all done. Take the cardboard box out and see what it looks like. I think for Easter this would be, or spring in general, this would be a really great decor piece in your house. I'm going to start, well, it's not down enough yet. I mean, you could even use this as, depending on, whatever size box you use. I was thinking I could even have this on my coffee table to put my remote controls in. I mean, that might be a little big for that, but I can hide my remotes in there. I can put maybe a candle in there. Something pretty. I've even seen where they take the smaller rope and they make little bread baskets. I think that would be really neat for your Easter table also. Quit. Wrap it up. There we go. Okay. Let's see if I can unwrap this, because this is really getting twisted. Maybe I can just twirl the box to unwrap some of that. Oh, that's working. Let's do that. It's glued pretty good. Okay, that'll work. And now we're not so twisty. It's still a little curly, but not bad. It was getting pretty knotted up there. It is 79 degrees right now. All week, it's supposed to be in the high 70s, low 80s, with high 60s at night. But what's so glorious about it is that there is really low humidity, which is the deciding factor on the weather here. If it's high humidity, it's hot. But the lower humidity is ideal, except that it makes the pollen fly a little farther, because the air isn't wet enough to hold the pollen down. And pollen has been an issue. But I think I'll take pollen over high humidity, because that gets really difficult. Okay, I am almost done with the bottom of this. I think it's important to lay glue down uniformly, is that a word? Across the bottom, because if you just do a little here, a little there, it'll hold, but I think it won't be as tight woven and your basket won't look as nice. What's nice about this is the glue and the plastic will all be on the inside, which is perfect. All right. Almost to the bottom. Maybe with this heavier plastic shower curtain, you could even do this on high temp, but I don't know if I would trust it. Oh, it's getting hard to pull that trigger. Let's see. Almost there. This is looking really nice. I don't know if there's different color rope that you could use to do this, which I think would be really cool to make different colored baskets. I'm always trying to find ways to stick a lot of color in things. Look at that. I love that. I was trying to think, how could I make it look more woven, but I don't, glue sticks in my nose. I don't think I want to. I like it this way. Ooh. It's hard to pull this trigger for some reason all of a sudden. Maybe because the glue's not so hot. It's the lower melt. Because, wow. But I'm not burning my fingers. Plus, such a plus. Okay, I might have to twist the basket again. I don't know if you saw the thing I did the post I did for last Saturday's girls' craft day. Everybody made something so different from each other. I thought it was just amazing what we all came up with as projects. Twirl in the box. If you're just tuning in, I'm twirling the box to unwrap my twine because it's getting all twisted. There we go. And I think I only got one more thing across the bottom here and we can start the sides. Let's see. Ugh. Okay. There we go. Trying not to get a gap in there. For some reason it's higher on the ends and it's dipping down in the middle, so I'm trying to fix that. There we go. See how it's down on the ends a little bit? If you want to make one of these, kind of try to figure out how to fix that or be aware that that could happen. All right, now I am just going to go around the edge, try to really catch all these loops in there, make sure that I don't have a big old gap. I have been doing crafts for such a long time. When I was a little girl, somebody was brilliant back then because the craft boxes that you buy now that belong to the Craft of the Month Club, and you get this box and it has all the materials in it with the instructions, and then you make something. I used to get those when I was like 10 and 12 years old. So those aren't new. Those have been around a while. So somebody was genius back then to have invented that. I'm going to put a little glue there because I got, somehow it's unwrapping, or there was a little piece that was cut on it. Okay, got my edge. Oh my gosh. So now I'm going to glue around here and we'll stop. And we'll start going around the outside of the box. You can see how fast this is going. So you can make a number of these in a day. Ooh. I might need, there is a new glue gun out there. I don't know if anybody has tried it, but it is like the answer to my dreams if it works. What it is, I think Elmer's makes it, and it's a glue gun and these special glue sticks that cause less glue strings. Genius. So I have gone to a number of stores. I went to Michael's and to Joann Fabrics, and they didn't have it. So I haven't been to Hobby Lobby yet, but if that really works, answer to my dreams, because everybody knows how much I hate glue strings. Ugh. I think it's just a sensory thing. It just feels like spider webs. Makes me think of spider webs all the time. It's like, you know how you do that dance when you get stuck in spider webs. I mean, you burn 5,000 calories just dancing, trying to get out of the spider webs. Because where there's spider webs, there's spiders. And in Florida, these spiders have their own zip code. They're so big. Huge. Of course, we have the tiny little ones too, but the ones that you see are huge. They're as big as your hand. So when you get stuck in a spider web, that's all you can think of is that giant spider. Reminds me of that movie Arachnophobia. We went to the theater to see that. I bit off 3 fingernails and something, I mean, I was just like the whole time, spiders are not my most favorite thing in the world. You could say I am not their biggest fan. Oh my, stop. All right. Here we go. You can see some blue marker on my plastic. I had to draw where I was going to cut because it wouldn't lay still for me to just cut it out and wrap it around. So I had to draw it and then cut on the lines. And Sharpie marker is perfect for drawing on plastic. You see the blue line all the way. I might have to lay down another bead of glue on that one. It's just not. Let's see. Another glue stick. I lost count. I'll have to watch the video again to count how many glue sticks I used. Okay. I'll lay down that glue in there. Hopefully it fills in that gap. That looks pretty good. Right. Oops. Gonna have to put it up like that because the glue is dripping down the side. I love it. You know what? If this turns out really good, I know what my girlfriends are getting for Easter. Well, we'll see. Of course, now they know. I would love to make a great big one of these to see how it looks. Like one you could put blankets in. Because those baskets are expensive. But I think you'd have to use more than one roll of rope for sure. I like this because it only uses one and you don't have to try to piece edges together because I don't know how that would look. I think it would show. Too tall. Twisting my rope, keeping it tight. I think once you get the first couple of rows done going up the side, it will be easier. But right now it's like I got to get it nice and tight. Ugh. You see me shaking trying to squeeze this trigger. Ugh. There we go. Perfect. I was worried about, with the bottom being a little arched like that, if it would fill in, and it filled in just great. All right. my twirly twine must untwirl the basket again. It's just, for some reason, I'm finding it easier to do it that way. Okay. That glue really holds. All I'm using is Surebonder glue because I have the Surebonder glue gun. It's from Walmart. It's like the cheapest one, but really a great glue gun. It has served me well, that's for sure. Make sure as you're doing your rows that they're not going wonky, that you want them level, because I can see right here it's going a little downhill. So I have to kind of fix that along the way. I'm not quite sure how yet, but we'll figure it out. I don't expect this first one to turn out perfect anyways, but if it does, that's a bonus. Okay, if I just lay it straight across here, yeah, that turned out straight. Gonna hold it a minute. My pool people are gone already. That was a quick trip. Maybe they had forgotten something. Maybe they already were here Friday. I'm not at home on Fridays. I'm at work, so I never know. All right, I'm just doing a straight line across and then try to figure out how to fill that in later. I might be able to put a little piece of twine in there. I don't know. We'll see. See how I'm trying to even that out? And I got a little gap. So we'll figure it out. I might just fill it in with glue. Who knows? I absolutely love Saturdays because I can get up whenever I want. I don't have to get up insanely early to go for a run. In fact, I don't run on the weekends. That way, I give my body a chance to rest and to heal. Because you got, or not heal, recover, they call it. Because you got to recover in between. Otherwise, if you just keep doing the stress on your body, after a while, it's not beneficial. And I want to make sure that my runs stay beneficial because I really enjoy doing them. Spin. Out of control. All right. That's not real, what do I say, camera worthy, but it works. So let's go with what works, they say. Okay. Now you can put this twine all the way up the basket, but I don't think I'm going to go that far with it. Oh. I think I'll probably only go like maybe here because we're going to put handles on it, and I'll show you how that works. Ugh. My tulips that I plan on putting in here, my faux tulips, are white, and I think with the natural color of the twine, they're not white, they're like a creamy off-white, but I think that and sage green, wouldn't that be amazing in this? You could even put a little, make a cloth liner for it if you're good with sewing and fabric, which I can do. It's not my love. Got a little piece that was sticking to that. I just kind of want to trim it. All right, I think I'm getting more of a straight line here instead of all wonky. There we go. Yay. Oh, way better. Way. Isn't that great? All right. So I did a reel this week on what you plan to give up for Lent. I got a lot of responses on that, and I was really happy to see all the different things people are choosing to give up for Lent. Now, in a lot of churches, especially the Lutheran Church, and I think United Church of Christ is the church I grew up in, they always believe that you need to give up something that you love for Lent. And that was to show 40 days of, Lent is 40 days, and for the 40 days that is to show your dedication to God, and that you're willing to give up things and worship Him. A lot of people, what they don't think about is not only are you supposed to give things up, but you're supposed to pray more. But as a little kid, it was always like, oh no, you got to give up something, and it's got to be for the whole 40 days and something you absolutely love. Well, what do you absolutely love as a little kid? Candy. So mine was always, I had to give up like chocolate or certain candies to do my part in Lent. Well, that was really hard. That was really hard. But it wasn't until I got older that it became more real to me, and it wasn't just the candy I was giving up. It was the worship of Christ and everything that He went through dying for us. Because, I can't imagine a worse death than what He had to go through. I mean, who made that stuff up? A bunch of really ugly people. I know, let's do this to people and watch them die. That's just horrible. But that's our history, and that's how it was. So, knowing the horrible things that He endured, and all He did was come to love us, giving up candy didn't seem like enough. So that's when I started, how about we give up things that don't honor God? I mean, being ugly to other people, always wanting to get what you want, selfishness, all of the stuff that's not pleasing to God, anger, rage. How about, not being kind to your spouse? Just things like that. That's the stuff you should give up anyways. But why not give that up for Lent? That way, it seems more real, and it's more difficult than not popping a piece of candy in your mouth or giving up soda. So I think I was like, I don't know, I was in my 20s. I already had my kiddos when I started thinking of these things that were more important to give up than your favorite foods or sodas. Or what's really sad is I read this year that the two things that most people gave up for Lent this year are alcohol and Twitter. Really? Really? That's sad. That is a sad existence that we are living in. It's like, those are the things that are most important to you. It just, yeah, I must live in a sheltered life, but it's a life I chose. I don't choose to be around people that need to give up alcohol and Twitter for Lent. It's just sad. Okay. One thing that my husband and I do that it's I'm sure very unusual in most households is we don't turn our televisions on. Football season, okay, that's different. Everybody's got a line, and I guess that's the one we don't want to cross right there. But during the day, the televisions are not on. And we have, I say televisions, because we have three good size top TVs, flat screens, but they're never on. The big one in the family room is the only one that we watch unless one of us is sick and we lay in bed with the television on. But those are never, hardly ever on. And we just, you know, a lot of people say, well, I don't watch it, I just have it on for noise. And I think that's the thing that we try to avoid is we don't want the noise. The world is so full of noise. If you are in the car, you got the radio on. If you're at the beach, you got the radio on, or some guy next to you has the radio on, full blast on music you don't like. Or, you know, you always have to have the TV on. You always have to have something going for noise. And I like quiet. So I'm very fortunate that my husband feels the same way. So for the most part, we live in a pretty quiet home, and I think that also helps with not needing to give up alcohol and Twitter. Yeah. And it could be that I'm old. I know I'm old. I'm 61 years old. So it could be that's the reason, but I'm thinking no. I don't know. I have a gap in here that I'm going to try to close later. See that? But if I don't, it's going to be all dipped. That's the only side that's dipping. So maybe I'll come in later with a piece. Hopefully you don't see it. But if you do, I think it's still going to be really pretty. Oops. Gonna have to untwist. Oops, I gotta wait till that dries first. I almost undid the whole row. No, don't do it. And then we'll untwist. See how curly that gets? Perfect time for coffee. So along with my running, I've really been working on losing a ton of weight that I gained. I was at my goal, and I was running a bunch of races and everything in 2019. Well, then 2020 hit, and my work was virtual, so I didn't go to the track because I didn't drive there. None of the gyms were open, and I couldn't use the school tracks around here because I don't work in this county. 50 pounds, 5-0. How does somebody gain 50 pounds? Well, let me tell you, it wasn't hard. Getting it off, yeah, that's a little bit of a challenge. But right now I'm down 18. So I'm getting there. Definitely have not arrived. But I am getting there. I'm down 18 pounds as of this morning. But I am not, I'm on this diet, and I do say it's a diet because it's kind of strict, but I'm not on it every day. It should be, but there are times when life happens and we're going to a party. Or like tonight, we're going out to dinner, and it is not a diet-friendly place. It's an Italian restaurant. Well, you know, pasta and cheese and all that wonderful goodness. I'm going to have some. Tell you I am. But I'm going to eat half of it and take the other half home and have that at another time. And I think a lot of that portion control is key. I'm still going to enjoy every bit of it. But not all in one sitting. So, fingers crossed that I don't gain, because I can gain 2 pounds in a day, and it takes me 2 weeks to take it off. I think I speak for a lot of women when I say that, especially postmenopausal women like me. We can just pack that weight on. We are, look how far up it is already. Not going bad. Although I am going to need to replenish my stash of glue sticks. That's okay, because I bought a ton of them and I've had them for a long, long time. So it's not like they go bad. Although they do turn yellow. So if you have a project and the glue is going to be seen, and your glue sticks are yellow, just keep in mind that glue is not going to dry clear. It's going to dry with that little yellow tint in there. So I usually save those for projects where the glue's not going to show. And if you do this right, the glue's not going to show, but this is my first one, so I'm pretty sure it's not perfect. That's okay. I am pretty excited about it, though. Let's see, 40 minutes so far. Not bad. Not bad. I'd have to untwist again. So we have friends here from our home area up north who we're going to go to dinner with tonight. That's why I'm excited about eating Italian. But they came to just get a little break from the weather. I got a text message today again that my hometown is under a level 1 snow emergency, which if you're not from colder areas, a level 1 means that the roads can be a little dangerous. Be careful. Nothing is closed with a level 1. You get to a level 3, it's all shut down. Well, I know I had 10 glue sticks in that one, and I'm down to 4, so I think I used more than 6, though. Maybe not. Maybe it just feels like it. What I'm proud of, and I shouldn't say this till I'm all done, is that I haven't burnt myself yet. Let's keep that quiet, huh? Nice. Wow, this is way easier than I thought it was going to be. This is pretty awesome. Okay, untwist. Look at that. Aww, I know, I keep saying it. Look at that. Look at that. I'm still super excited when I make something and it turns out great. I even might make a couple of these and put it on my site if you want to buy one. I have no idea what I would charge. I have to think about it, but I think these are good enough to sell. You might want to make some and sell it. Do you guys have a spring craft bazaar or something? Especially with the plastic on the inside. The shower curtain was $5, and I can get at least 4 of these out of that shower curtain. So $1.25 of plastic. Probably less than that because there's probably other things. If you can get 4, maybe even 5, depending on the size of your basket. So I have, like, with the glue sticks and everything, less than $10 in this basket. And unless you hit a really great sale, where are you going to buy one like that? Uh-oh, I'm starting to sing, sorry. I still have my winter sign up, but 20th, is it, of March? I'll be changing that over. If you want to see how I made that sign, it's on my blog. It's got the winter, autumn, spring, and summer all have 6 letters. So on the back side of that one, I think, is my autumn, but then my spring and summer, one spring's on one side, summer's on the other. And I can change out my sign all year, which I am all about having decor you can keep out all year and just change it up. I love it when they have the pillow covers where you just have the same pillow cover, but it has a heart, a star for 4th of July, a heart for Valentine, maybe a rabbit for Easter, I don't know, or shamrock for St. Patrick's Day. Like every month could have a different thing that you put on there, which would be genius. You just sell the pillow with all those little things on the inside. Okay, I think I'm going to do like maybe 4 more rows, and then we're going to put on the handle. Starting to go uphill again. Man, I guess you get to talking and it doesn't lay straight. Untwist. Nope. Ah, get back here. I just unglued it. There we go. Stick down, and then we'll untwist. All right. Maybe I can get another row before I do that. Okay. Now I know if you go on Amazon, you can get like a 5-pound box of glue sticks, really reasonably priced. So that might want to, might be the way you want to go if you're going to use it a lot. In fact, that's probably what I should be doing. Is there's a thing called Amazon Basics where they have basic things like glue sticks and craft supplies that you use a lot. Anything that you're going to use a lot, they have on their basics. And I think I can even get it auto delivered every few months. Now, I'm not going to use that many glue sticks, but I do have a lot of stuff automated. My vitamins and different things that toiletries, different things that I use, I do get delivered. And I think it's like an every 3-month thing. But it's so much cheaper. Plus, I don't have to use the gas to go buy those things. And I actually save money, because if I'm going to go out and buy those things, I'm going to see other things that I want and go, oh, I need that and I need that. Then pretty soon I have a whole cart of things that I didn't even know I needed. This way, I don't do that. It's kind of great. I'm getting things around for my Easter dinner table. I bought some really pretty dishes, and I'm going to use my same water glasses. I love those water glasses. I got them at the Dollar Tree, but they're stemware, but the little short ones, little short stems. I guess they're just called footed. They're footed glasses, but I love those. So I'm just coming up with a centerpiece. And I'm thinking maybe a basket like this, but even longer, like double the length, and fill it all with tulips. Uh-oh. I just might do that. Oh my gosh, I love what I come up with just talking to you guys. That is awesome. We should do that. Come on, untwist. Got a lot of twisting on this one. I have twine all over the front of my black shirt, all over my jeans, just the little frizzy edges. It sheds when you're working with it, so I'll have to make sure I clean it all off pretty good before we go to dinner. There we go. Couple more. It's kind of different dressing in Florida. I mean, you just wear shorts everywhere. It just seems like the thing. Even if it's a little cooler, then you wear shorts with a hoodie. But you always gotta have your shorts on. See those little frizzy edges. Although having it a little nubby, oh, it hit the fan. Having it a little nubby is kind of cool too. All right. I'm looking at this. I'm going to put my handles on the edge, on the short edge here. Trying to look at that to see how I want to do it. If I want to do it. Oh wow. I got a big old gap right there. Oh, that's the one I'm going to fill in. That's right. It seems like every 2 rows I got to put in a glue stick. So maybe that's a way to count them all out. I think this is as high as I want my box to be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 rows there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I got to go around one more. So I got 12 on both sides. And then we'll do the handle. And then that'll be, the handle row will be the last row. Because you want it all continuous. I'm almost down to the end of I'm almost at the end of my rope. I'm almost to the end of the spool of twine I bought. Had to have drama in there, right? What good is a video without drama? All right. Now, what they used on Pinterest was a roll of tape to make the handle, and I'll show you what I mean. You don't glue it to the tape. You use the circle of the tape as your handle. Now I have 2 size circles. I have this big one and I have this little one. So I'm not quite sure which one I want to use. I'm going to take a look. This is what the size handle will be there, which is probably about the right size. This one I think is going to be, yeah, that's too big. That won't look right. Right, and now I need to really untwist this so it doesn't kink. Okay. So let me see how I'm going to do this. You take your twine, and I'll have to do it on my end, but I'm going to show you where you put it like right there, and then this goes up and around. And then so it looks like that. That is about perfect. All right, so let me do that. You probably won't be able to see me do it over here on this side, but that is what it looks like. So if I go here, just glue a little on the edge, just glue a little there, and make it go around. I want to make sure that the handle is centered too. I don't want it off to one side. You need like 3 more hands. And then when you pull the box out is when you sew. You put a little bit of the smaller twine that I showed you in the beginning, so it holds. Okay. Ugh. All right, so that's what it looks like, your little handle. I'm going to do the same on this other side. Let me glue it along here. And this whole time I'm twisting the twine really tight so it lays tight. Because if some of it's loose and some of it's tight, it won't look right. Hold that down. Stop. Hold that down some more. I think using this thicker plastic will really be good. And I'm using just a little extra glue in these edges, like right here and here, so it holds. Okay. Huh. Did I not twist it enough? Twist. There we go. I had to unglue it because the twist wasn't right. It was flopping, which it still looks like it might try. Okay, that's better. And then I am going to peel the glue off of my, let me count my rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I'm going to bring this around one more time and stop right here at my handle. Don't need this anymore. All right, last row. And I'm gonna cut my rope. I used 1 strand of rope the whole time, and I still have this much left. Enough to do something else with, that's for sure. And I am gonna lay a piece in there where I had, where's my end? Where I had a gap in there. So I am going to lay one in here just to see if I can hide it. Oops, there goes my scissors. And we'll need those to cut this piece. gonna like stick that in there. Hopefully you won't even be able to tell that I pieced it in there. Because it was, that's where it was dipping. Let me get my scissors. Got it. And I'm kind of glad I did that little mistake, because if you do the same thing, you know you can just like stick a piece in there and hope for the best. We'll see. Right now it looks pretty darn good. I have edges you can see, but I think I will be able to camouflage them in a bit. All right, let me glue this end down. Stop it. Just gonna kind of like hide it behind the handle. Twist it back up. That's the thing with these cut edges. They untwist real easy. Just kind of hold that down. Wow, I got a lot of glue strings. I'll be really nice or happy, be really happy if that glue they're talking about with the less glue strings really works. I mean, if anybody can make it, Elmer's can, right? Because they're like the glue champions. Here we go. All right, I'm going to cut my plastic. I have it taped down onto my box. Let's see if I can cut it here. Where's my glasses? Did I? Okay. Kind of cut that up here because I taped it to the inside of the box just to hold it down. Okay, cut that there. Whew. Cut that all around. Get in there. This is the part that's got me a little nervous. We'll see. Because on Pinterest, they just talked about this part. They didn't have like a video to show you. So we'll see. The last end here. Come on. Now I'm just going to cut around the edges, and I'll probably have to trim it even more when I get it out of the box. But right now I'm just cutting the edges of the plastic. And it's already coming away from the box. That's awesome. See if I can get the box out. Come on. It's like unwrapping a Christmas present. That's in there good, isn't it? Oh! Ta-da! Oh, look at this. So all I'm going to do is trim around the edges where my plastic is, so you don't see that on the outside. Go around there. Oh, this turned out way better than I thought. Yay! Come on. And then right around these handles, you kind of have to dip down. And we will sew those in just a minute. I think using the 7mm twine was a good idea. I think if you used anything thinner, it would be too flimsy of a basket. Let's see. Perfect. What do you think? Oh, this is awesome. Okay, so we're going to sew our handles down. I'm going to make this fairly long. Okay. And I think if we do it right, we're not going to need to tie a knot at the end, because I think that will make it more bulky. I gotta poke a hole through here first, through the plastic. Maybe. I have blunt needles. I don't have the sharp ones. If you had the sharp needles, it would go right through this plastic. Just had to poke a hole. There we go. Can you see that okay? We're just going to go through and probably go around like 3 times. Let me do one so you can see. Like that. So we're going to go around that 3 times. You know what? I'm going to do it with, hold on, I want the tail on the inside instead of the outside. So let's go from the inside out. There we go. That way I can tie it on the inside, kind of leave a tail there. There's 1. 2, and I think going through the plastic will make it even stronger. 3. Okay. And then I'm just gonna cut this and take my 2 ends and tie them. So they'll be tied on the inside. I gotta turn it around so I can see it. There we go. And you know, you can even tie them on the outside and make it like a little decoration. You see how I have it tied on the inside right there? So it kind of holds that. All right, we're gonna do each side of our basket. Sure, I can poke a hole in this one. Can you do it? No. Glue gun. Okay, so I just poked a hole with my little scissors. I used the tiny ones so it wouldn't make a big hole. Come on. Through there. There we go. No? It's wanting to split my... There we go. It wasn't coming up the right spot. 1. Can't see it. There it is. Ooh. That's 2. Wait a minute, what happened? Yeah, 2. I had enough thread on here to do both sides of the other, but I think I'm just short. We'll see. Okay, so there's our handle. Is that not great? I will do the other side and I will post the finished, what it looks like finished. I got to trim the top a little bit more too, but here's our basket. This is going to be so cool. You know, you could fill this with the little plastic Easter eggs. Wouldn't that be cute at the table? I love how this turned out. Very cute. If you like this project and you want to see more projects that I do and all of my shenanigans and weird antics, hit the little follow at the top. If you're already following me, thank you so much. I really hope you appreciate this. You can also find me on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. And I have a blog, a website, Inspire Me to DIY, the number 2, inspireme2diy.com. And you can find me most places at Inspire Me to DIY. So I hope you enjoyed this project and I hope you have a great day. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.